This is the Mooncast.
I just came back from working out, so
Gotcha.
all good, all good. So wait, how do you pronounce your name? It's Yura,
Yeah, that's correct.
and the last name is
Mizin,
Mizin.
Mizin. Yeah.
Okay, are you Eastern European?
Yeah, I'm from Ukraine actually, from Kiev.
Oh, wow. Okay, man.
Yeah, but now I'm based in Bangkok. So yeah.
Okay. Wishing you and your family well wishes, man. Situations going
Thank
on
you.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
it's life. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I know you're looking to eventually go back at some point, right?
Well, to visit, but I was actually planning to move out from Ukraine for quite some time since I was 13 years old. So yeah, kind of everything goes by plan. And sorry that my plan was intervened, by the
Mm,
war, but still, as for me, yeah,
yeah. How
kind
old
of.
are you now?
I'm 23.
23, man.
Yeah,
Young founder.
yeah,
Yeah.
trying to be.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. So tell me a little bit more about is it Cryfi or Cryfi?
It's Cryfi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So
tell me a little bit more about it.
yeah, sure. So basically, we build the marketplace where any trader can get blockchain verification and monetize their trading skills via signal trading.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. So it's basically like copy trading, essentially.
Not actually, not really. I had a lot of people saying that it's copy trading. That is why I specifically created, this section on the website where I correlate the copy trading with signal trading. So
Mm-hmm.
the main difference is that with the copy trading, right, you put your money, you put your risk, and then you just sit and wait and hope for the good result, right? But with the signal trading, what is happening is that you see the signal, right? You see that, okay, go BTC USDT,
Mm-hmm.
the end point is 20k, the exit point is 30k, and stop loss is 5k, right? So this is your signal.
Mm-hmm.
You make your own decision. Okay, do I want to use the signal or not? Right? You can obviously, because it's just a text-based message,
Mm-hmm.
you can change the entry exit points. You put your position size, and only then you execute the signal. Right? So this is the signal trading, and in a nutshell, what we want to do is two things. First of all, is verify all signal providers because most of them are scammers, right? And allow anyone to become a signal provider
Mm-hmm.
just by submitting good signals. And second of all, we want to automate how the signal trading is working, because now you need to do a lot of manual work, right? You see this text message, which is a signal. Then you go to Trading View to make some analysis. Then you go to Binance to put all
Mm-hmm.
these multiple orders. Then you forget what was the entry points, so you can constantly switch in between different apps. So we want to streamline this process when you can actually copy all the orders, right? All the technical analysis that signal provider left for you, live, right on a live chart, put your position size, edit all the entry exit points up to you, and then execute the trade by connecting to centralized exchanges via API. And in future, we want to allow traders to uh, put the trades on DEXs as well.
Awesome. When you talk about the streamlined process, are you leveraging LLMs too as well, like AI or anything like that?
No need. So yeah, basically, how it will work is that instead of not instead of, but you will start, of course, from from the text message, right? So we want to deeply integrate with Telegram
Mhm.
and in future with Discord, in WhatsApp, which also thing that makes us different from all other competitors, that signal providers can be on any other social platform they prefer, right?
Mhm.
uh, so you see this text message first, right? And then you will be able to copy all the entry exit points, right? So
Mhm.
what I mean by entry exit points, if we make it visually, it's just the line right on the chart,
Yeah, got it.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, the only thing that you will need to do is put your position size, because signal provider obviously can't know what is your risk management, what is your budget, right? So it's the decision is still on your shoulders, right? And only then, yeah, execute the trade.
So I'm guessing it's a fee-based model. Is that how you're monetizing? Like from every trade, you're taking a percentage from the fees?
No, so for the monetization, what we'll have for the MVP is that we will charge 15% affiliate commission from
Hmm.
every user that joins the paid signal providers channel, right?
Yeah.
Because currently how model is working is that signal providers have their Telegram channels where they share signals, and some of them are paid channels, right?
Hmm.
And we, with our proof of signal and our technology, we are basically become the marketplace and marketing platform for the signal providers, right?
Hmm.
So we'll be charging only people that want to join paid signal group, and we will be charging signal providers, basically.
Okay, so in terms of because you said it's 15% commission, right?
Yeah.
To onboard, so it's kind of like a referral.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah.
and then they get put into a group,
Yes.
and that group is paid.
Yes.
And how much are you charging per month for that group?
So this is the thing, that we don't provide signals, right? We
Yeah.
are the marketplace where any signal, well-established signal provider, already with a community, can join. The same
Hmm.
as any trader that want to monetize their skills through signal trading can also join, right? They create their channel with zero
Yeah.
subscribers. They're using our Telegram bots to create the signals and submit them to the channel, and we source all this data to our backend, and then encrypt it and send into the blockchain to create this blockchain verified signal history, and based on that put you in an appropriate place on a leaderboard. Meaning, if you're no name, let's say, right, nobody knows about you, don't have a community, you don't have marketing budget, right, you just submit your signals, and if they're good, you'll be on the top of the leaderboard where anyone can see you, right? And then you can say that, okay, access to my channel costs $100, for example, or $1,000, for example. And
Hmm.
then when user joins your paid channel, we will take the cut, right? If it's $100,
Got
we'll
it.
take $15. Yes, but it
Got
could
it.
be absolutely free channel. Then we won't charge you anything.
It's a very interesting model. Wow. It's I like it. I like it. And what blockchain, when you say on chain, what chain are you guys building on top of?
Yeah, that's still an open question. So we were, how everything started is actually we were participated in the Ton blockchain hackathon
Mm,
together that was organized together with DWF and AWS.
mm,
We went to the final, which was in Singapore, and took the sixth place, which is great, but it's not top three winning spots. And the prizes were really sweet. The first place was 150K, which would
mm,
basically cover our pre-seed. But yeah, this is how we started with Stone, and it makes sense for us to go with Stone because most of the signal providers and all the crypto people are using Telegram, of course,
mm-hmm.
right? But we actually chain agnostic, and yeah, we didn't finalize the tone because we're obviously looking for the funding, we're looking for the grants, and Stone are not super fast with grants. So we actually open to anyone who is interested in us, and we kind of,
Mm-hmm.
like uh, kind of in this Tinder position of choosing the blockchain, checking the options, because yeah, like all the blockchains are having good and bad sides, meaning
Yeah.
that us personally, the only blockchain part for the MVP again is where when we send the signals to the blockchain, right, and we store them. So that
Mm-hmm.
means that our criteria is, first of all, the transaction should be cheap, so we can allow actually to pay the gas fee for every signal. Then blockchain
Yeah.
should allow encryption data on the blockchain, right? So no one can
Yeah.
access your paid signal.
Yeah.
And third one is the blockchain should allow us to store the signal history, which is basically just like Excel spreadsheet. right? But still, it's data.
Yeah.
And yeah, one also kind of like good to have preferred feature is TVL, of course, because we want to allow users to trade indexes in the future. So yeah, and except of the TFL, almost all blockchains are good. They all fast, they all cheap, they all allow encryption and storing data. The TFL is a tricky one, but again, I think a lot of blockchains will increase the TVL over time. And we also in talks with Analog, which is Omni chain protocol, which allows cross-chain messaging, which will
Yeah.
basically solve the problem, right? So we can be on any chain. So yeah, we're still in a search until we raise in the price seat, and after we'll raise, and in case we won't decide or we won't choose the blockchain, yeah, it probably will be Ton, since we already have a lot of connection there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Fund C is not fun, uh, meaning that yeah, all the Ton contracts are written in Fund C. So yeah, it's just a lot of good and bad things, pros and cons for every blockchain. So we kind of still exploring the waters.
Yeah, for sure. When it comes to liquidity, so how does that work? So I just want to be sure. So are you connecting to other liquidity pools and sort of the interoperability solution for people to trade, or do you have your own liquidity pools for people to then trade? And how many currencies do you have available right now for people to go ahead and initiate trades with?
Yes, so currently we have none, because we only have proof of concept, which is
Mhm.
basically a Telegram bot, which allow you to connect your Binance API, create signal, and then execute the signal right from Telegram,
Mhm.
putting orders on a Binance, as well as pay for the signal provider channel. And for our MVP, we will also be connected to the Binance and probably top 5, top 10 centralized exchanges, right? So we don't need any liquidity. We just are a middleman between the user on Telegram and exchange, right? For the DEX trading, we will also partner with DEXs. They are all eager to join, of course, because that means more liquidity for them, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of DEXs with complex orders are popping up, which is great, because at first we were thinking to build this functionality on our end, but then realize that it doesn't make sense to reinvent the wheel when it's already a lot of players, which allow you to basically put all these complex orders on a DEXs, which is great, right? But the only problem is that it's not that obvious for the end user if we're talking about most of the traders, which are not who are not Web3 savvy. Uh,
Yeah.
they, of course, they trade, but some of them don't know what Web3 is, or what crypto is, besides the token and the liquidity on exchange. So we want to be this bridge, between Web2 traders and Web3 trading.
Why did you decide to start this project? What was the purpose? Like, what sparked you to want to go ahead and start this?
Yeah, because I'm the problem holder, right? How everything started is that yeah, I was using signals myself,
Hmm.
and once again, how it's happening almost every day while I was actively trading in the past. I saw the signals that I was really interested about, right? So I opened TradingView to check
Hmm.
how things are happening now, right? Because when someone shares a signal and you actually discover the signal, some time pass, right? Could be 5 minutes, could be hour, 2 hours.
Hmm.
So I put in view to see what is every did something happen or not. And yeah, I confirmed that it's gonna be the good entry. I want to try, right? So I went to the Binance, then I forgot what was the entry points, exit points, because it was like around 7 orders, take profit one, take profit two, take profit three, four, so on and so
Hmm.
forth. I went back to Telegram, then back to TradingView to check my own analysis, and then yeah, just this question pop-ups in my head: why it's so freaking hard? Why you need to do so many movements to just simply put the orders and trade. So yeah, this is how the idea was born, and because of my experience as a product designer, for me it's really easy to visualize and also make the research, talk to the customers. 'Cause that's what I normally do as a designer, right?
How big is your team currently right now? Was it just you that kind of like did the ins and outs of everything, or do you have a like actual team that's working on different parts and different verticals within the entire project? How does it work?
Yeah, so currently we have the full team assembled. So the core team is me, Francois, who is our CTO and who was responsible for our proof of concept, which is Telegram bot, right? We also have Mikita, who is our marketing lead, Danny, business development, Dima, community manager, and Andrew, solution architect, and also the full team of Artkai, who is ready to develop the Cryfi. And the reason is that I was working in Artkai for the last 4 years, and I'm currently head of design there. So I really know how all the processes are built there, and I trust them. And they were actually responsible for creating the backlog, basically calculating how much time and money it will take to develop the Cryfi. And yeah, they will be ready to provide us all the developers needed to accomplish the MVP and V1. So yeah, everyone is ready. Currently, there are 2 people that are working actively beside me. That's BD and community manager. Because yeah, we don't have funding for the development, and it doesn't make sense for developers to come to daily meetings and discuss something without actually coding.
Yeah, so you mentioned your previous employer. What was the name of the employer again? The Arcfi or
Artkai.
Artkai. And what do they do? What do they deal with mainly? What's the main area of
Yeah,
focus?
so they are the development agency, right? So they design and develop digital products. Mostly it's a fintech and Web3. That was basically the reason why I actually went to them. And yeah, they actually worked with Huobi and ProCredit Bank, some Middle-East banks. So they actually really experienced in fintech and Web3, which is perfect for us. And yeah, they actually recently had a really big deal with I think it's Evic, like Polish company. So yeah, they're actively growing, and I'm really happy for them.
So the name Cryfi, I guess it comes from crypto. Is it CryptoFi or what is the?
Yeah. So okay, that's yeah, a bit funny. At first, we had struggles with the name. So yeah, we wanted something easy, easy digestible, and something that sounds good. So our inspo were of course Bolt, Uber, Google,
Yeah.
and yeah, we wanted something also complicated, that will basically show how what we're actually doing, or we'll have some good idea or vision. But what we ended up with, crypto plus finance, it's Cryfi, and Cryfi because it sounds good,
Yeah.
it's sounds easy, and that's how we want to position ourselves. And I don't know, it was my personal perspective. The app that starts from cry, it's a bit provocative, you want to explore what the app is doing. Is it something about the crying or not? So yeah, a bit of clickbait.
Hey bro, I'm just trolling is something that will not just challenge your perspective, but also touch your heart and soul. It's a book that defies convention, blending art and literature into a thought-provoking masterpiece. A reflective piece of provocative art that tackles societal constructs from angles you've never considered. Hey bro, I'm just trolling delves into the very essence of our existence. It questions the technology that surrounds us, challenges our notions of beauty, stares unflinchingly into the eyes of death, and questions the boundaries of freedom. It scrutinized the educational system that molds our very future. This book is a journey, an exploration of shared human experience, and it's a work of art that refuses to be confined by tradition. It's a canvas painted with words, a melody of thought, and a testament to the power of creativity in a world dominated by algorithms and data. Visit moonboycapitalventures.com and get your hands on Hey Bro, I'm Just Trolling today. It's not just a book, it's a movement. Now let's jump back into the show.
My next question then is where's the base of this project at? Is it in Ukraine, or where is the home base?
Yes, so I'm a founder and CEO, and my CTO are in Bangkok,
Mhm.
but the rest of the team is in Ukraine and in some parts of Europe. We are not incorporated yet. It will hardly depend on the source of funds, right? If it's European investor, it makes sense to be incorporated in Europe. If it's Asian, then Asia. But probably it would be either Estonia, either Singapore, because that's where our target audience is living,
Mhm.
which is Asia and South East Europe.
Yeah, it makes so some of your team members are in Ukraine now. How hard and difficult has it been for them to be able to build, considering all this stuff that's going on currently right now there?
Yeah, well, from my personal experience, I can say that it's a bit of hassle, but people are living the life. People are working, are taking taking weekends, day offs, trying to enjoy the life. And in Ukraine, it really depends where are you located. If you're on the front line, of course, there's like a real war going on. With tanks, with rockets, with all the horrible things you can imagine about the war. Everything's
Mhm.
happening there. But then the far you go from the front line, then the least you can actually say that the war is going, right?
Mhm.
How paradoxical it won't sound, but yeah, it's true. And yeah, talking about Kiev, where I'm from, and yeah, actually, most of our team members are also from. It's pretty chill. The only like big problems there is of course the risk of the rocket attacks, right? Sometimes maybe 1, 2, 3 times a day, maybe 5 times a day, 20 times a day. Sometimes it's crazy, but yeah, that means that you better to go to the safe house, you know and besides that, sometimes we have the power shortages, but with power bank, and the city map, when the power is on, everything is manageable. In the worst days, the last winter, when we had these power shortages like every 4 hours. I was just like riding my car, to the nearest cafe with the internet and electricity. And yeah, it's a bit of hustle. You need to write, to spend some time, but it's not like the end of the world.
Mhm.
So yeah, you actually work. And for the Ukrainians, for the Ukrainians, it's really a big motivation to work currently, because there's
Mhm.
not much you can actually do. It's hard to take the long vacation. It's hard to even go to some places, because there is a risk of rocket attacks. So it's better to be home and work, 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 as Rihanna once said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super interesting, fascinating for me to see how that working environment is over there in particular. And so I'm guessing most people then are working from home now. They're going more switching to more remote work just because of the safety element, or the lack thereof safety.
Well, it depends on the industry. I'm gonna say only about the IT, right?
Hmm.
The product development. So from our side, like nothing really changed, because from the times of COVID, already everyone switched to the work from home right model. And even before that, work from home model was really popular in Ukraine.
Hmm.
uh, and after the COVID, it became really like the main model, for a lot of IT companies. So yeah, from that point of view, nothing really changed.
Yeah, and you mentioned that it's best to be working more towards the opposite side of the spectrum, away that's because closer to the border between Russia and Ukraine is when a lot of the action is happening. So you would say that the majority of the population is concentrated more on the opposite spectrum of Ukraine currently right now.
Well, I don't know the numbers, but yeah, of course, a lot of people that could move, they did, right,
Yeah.
to the Kiev, to Lviv, or to other countries that are far from the front line.
Mm.
but still a lot of people, of course, there, and they live in the best life possible, in the current environment. But yeah, it's really tough there, again, from the news, because I've didn't been there, and I'm not sure how horrible it is, truly, because currently it's really hard to trust in news. But from the stories, from the people around, yeah, it's really tough. It's like real survival there, when you're waiting for the bread, you're waiting for the clean water, or you don't have a light for like a week. Yeah, it's crazy. It depends where are you, but the closer to the front line, the craziest and the horrible things are.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna switch over to fundraising because you mentioned that you guys were working on getting fundraising. How long have you guys been working on that? Has it just been a few weeks, a few months, a year? Like, how long has this project been in the works? When did you start it, and how long have you been fundraising for?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, so the project idea was born around and actually I think it was 2 years ago, right? It was right before the start of the war, right?
Hmm.
The original idea was just born. Then of course it wasn't the best time for the startups, you know.
Yeah.
There was other priorities, so yeah, I wasn't working Cryfi a lot.
Hmm.
But yeah, after I moved to Bangkok, I actually moved to Bali first. Yeah, I started to work more actively.
What year was
Uh,
this?
yeah, it was this year. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the active work actually started from the yeah, it was in Ukraine. Yeah, it was in the winter, the beginning of the 2023, right?
Hmm.
Uh, we passed the incubation in Ukraine. Yeah, incubators are still working in Ukraine, even there's a war. It was
Hmm.
really like a kickstart. They helped us with like ideation, and uh, the overall startup world, you know. And then when I moved to Bali, I continued the ideation phase, moved to the first version of the designs. And yeah, actually in Bangkok, everything started to go really fast when I met my CTO on one of the events. Then we built our proof of concept, went to the Ton hackathon, right? And right after that, we started our acceleration in the blockchain founders group, which is coming to the end in around, I think, 1 week, 2 weeks.
Hmm.
So yeah, all this time, before the acceleration, I was working on a pitch deck mostly, collecting everything. So I wasn't looking for the investors. And right after I started to look for the investors, the acceleration started. Like 1 week after. So uh, we didn't actually start it like a full scale investor hunt. We are hoping that Blockchain Founders Group will be our first investors, which we'll know in a few weeks from now. It's around the mid December. And if not, then yeah, of course, we'll start the full scale search. And before that, yeah, it was like a passive one. If I met some investors on events in Bangkok or elsewhere, Singapore, of course I will pitch them Cryfi. But it was like most like situationships.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. How is the climate in regards to the crypto community in Bangkok currently right now? Would you say it's pretty eccentric? Is it lively? Is there a lot of sort of community in crypto in Bangkok, or is it a small community? How is it?
Yeah, for sure. The community is big, actually. Didn't expect that. But yeah, we have these events almost every week, one or two. That not It's not like token, of course. But it's really welcoming. A lot of people, digital nomads, a lot of Thai companies as well, and a lot of actually tourists that are coming, to relax and chill, are also coming to uh, crypto events if they are somehow related.
Mm.
So I would say that, yeah, in Bangkok you can actually find a lot of interesting stuff. related to crypto, a lot of blockchain hubs. Ton Hub or ICP Hub is really active here, for example. Polkadot as well. Yeah, saw a few events of Chainlink. So yeah, it's really going good in Bangkok, I would say.
Yeah. What's your take on the Ton blockchain, man? Because I find it super fascinating for me because out of nowhere, I just saw it like start pumping, and then it ended up being like it's like a top 20 crypto, I think, right now, in terms of market
Yep.
cap. Where did it come from? I guess it's Telegram's coin. What's the differences and nuances between a Ton coin layer one versus the other smart contract protocols, like ETH, Solana, Cardano, etc. So can you a little bit break down Ton coin and why you decided to partake in that ecosystem in particular?
Yeah. So one thing that you can't actually argue with Stone is that potentially they have the biggest chance of onboarding a huge amount of people into the blockchain, and especially the Ton blockchain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is, of course, Telegram, right? Of course, they are not legally binded, right? But it's the same people basically.
Mm-hmm.
They of course know each other and they collaborate with each other, and this was the main reason of the pump, because Telegram integrated the Ton wallet, right? So now you can actually have your Ton wallet right in the Telegram app, right? In the settings, you can set it up, and it will be easily available. And yeah, I think it's great, and I see a lot of potential with Stone, because the Telegram is the perfect entry point for any Web2 person to be onboarded on Web3. The only question here is, of course, the apps, right? That is why I also think maybe we are not good fit for Tone, and I perfectly understand that, because they are looking for some apps that will help to onboard these Web2 people in the Web3, right? And we are talking about traders who are more or less already in Web3, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hope that they will their view will change, because this Telegram integration is really awesome. Especially, I don't know if you hear or not, the Telegram mini app, something that they've been working for a while, and it's live, but it's not a lot of applications that are using this technology. It's basically Telegram mini app allows you to open the browser and application right in a Telegram, right, without like redirect to your browser,
Mm-hmm.
which allows more fluent apps, fluent games even, which works really smoothly. We have a Telegram bot, then you can switch to the game, then you can switch to Telegram bot like in a seconds, you know,
Mm.
and the same could be done in any app. So yeah, I think this is the reason of Toncoin pump, and I think that that will actually continue, because there is a real potential to onboard one 1 billion users on Ton blockchain.
Do you know how many people use Telegram currently? Do you know?
Yeah, I think it's around 1 billion users. Let me check.
Wow, that's insane. If it's around 1 billion users, because for
Yeah,
me, I look at Telegram, and because you mentioned something too as well when you said that they're looking for Web two, the people that can bridge the Web twos to Web three. But are they just talking about more DeFi applications, or are they also talking about like other real world use cases, outside of DeFi applications?
yeah. From the narrative that I heard from the hackathon, yeah, it's more Web2 applications, not the DeFi. And actually, this is the narrative that all the blockchains are having currently, because there are not many DeFi people currently on the beer market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is really focused on onboarding Web2 users to Web3. It just with Stone, it's the easiest way with Telegram. If you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about all other blockchains, then it's much more complicated, because you need to come up with these ways. Okay, how we onboard Web2 to Web3. And you have this Connect wallet thing, and you need to create the MetaMask or Phantom or whatever. But with
Mm-hmm.
Telegram, wallet creation is seconds, maybe, okay, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and everything is working fluently with Telegram. So that's something that you can't argue.
Do they have a grants program?
Yeah, they do. We actually applied and waiting for the for the feedback from them, you know. Because yeah, it's something that it's not clear for me from the tone. You know, it seems that I know a lot of people already from the hackathon, um, people from the ton hubs in Europe and Asia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that uh, I'm kind of make the impression of someone that you can actually trust, right? But the feedback that we are waiting for is takes them quite some time. You know, it's already been a month. Maybe I'm hoping it to be too fast. I don't know, but yeah, they have a target program, and yeah, it seems to be working, but we are still waiting for the response.
How
You know,
how big is the liquidity pool size?
on ton.
Yeah, for the grants.
Oh, for the grants. Well, I'm not sure. You can find all the grants on Facebook. There is a place where when also the other blockchains are having their grants. Really cool website. But yeah, I'm checking it right now. It seems that they paid out 60K in grants from Ton grants and 40K from Telegram Web3 grants. But that's information from the quest book. I'm not sure if it's trustworthy or not. But yeah, let's say 100K they already paid out, which is yeah, I think it's not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, this Ton chain. So I'm just still trying to figure out, do you think their only strategic advantage is the fact that they already have users and they just need to now onboard them into the chain? Like kind of like what like Binance kind of, in a sense where but in this case they already have the users and you think they can compete with the bigger layer one smart contract protocols?
Oh, for sure, for sure. The problem with yeah, let's say Binance is that they have access to trading people, right? Solana has access
Mm,
to Web3 people, but with Telegram it has access. Okay, my example to my mom, to my dad, to my
mm,
grandmother, and everyone, from all kind of social layers, so then it's just the question, okay, how we will onboard these people to the Web3, right? We need to think They need to think about some really user-friendly solutions. They don't need DeFi. They don't need I don't know, mining, or they have their staking protocols, or whatever. They really need to think of some really simple use cases. One
mm.
application that I've heard recently is basically them this Calendly, but
Yeah.
made as a Telegram bot, and with some Web3 integration, which sounds cool. It's already sounds like some useful thing to use. Just in the form of a Telegram bot, make schedule the meetings, and include the payment system, maybe to reward someone or whatever. It's a very nice idea. It's relatively easy to implement with Telegram bots instead of doing completely on the app. And then again, it's easier to reach your audience, which is already on Telegram.
Yeah, do you think their nodes private or are they public nodes or do they have their own registered amount of nodes or have they put it out publicly for people to be able to gain access to generate a node and help protect the network?
Oh, no. Well, I don't know actually. So yeah, I can't
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
can't comment anything on that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's super, super, super interesting. I'm gonna definitely take a look at Ton and see what they're doing in their progress and stuff like that. It's very, very interesting. But I do see a shift happening with a lot of the chats and like WhatsApp and all these different things starting to integrate more and more financial stuff and financial instruments, or vice versa, financial products integrating engagement. Like if you look at Binance and stuff like this, starting to increase the have an engagement tab or a community tab, within their entire financial product. So I'm thinking that these platforms are all starting to compete to become like a super app, and this is kind
Yeah.
of like my theory. in the long term, they're all trying to become. I don't know if you're familiar with like the Chinese WeChat, I think it is.
I'm in Bangkok, so I'm really familiar with the taxis, Grab, Gojek,
Hmm.
WeChat. Yeah. That's actually really a good idea, and I'm really surprised that Asia is actually ahead of Europe. For
Yeah.
sure, for sure, it is higher than US in terms of the super app. And
Hmm.
how everything is working. It works really smooth. And for example, the Grab app, I really enjoying it. So it's basically a super app. When you can order the taxi, you can order the delivery, and you can order the food, right? And everything is
Hmm.
one in one app, and it's super comfortable, and really nicely made. And yeah, I think this trend will continue. So yeah.
Yeah. So as regards to the market, how do you see the landscape of the market moving forward in the next few years? Do you see us having another bull run? How do you see it?
Well, I actually didn't expect to have a bull run soon, to be honest. But after going to the token, after going to Thai Blockchain Week and other events, it seems that everyone already know that there would be a bull market except me. It seems that as I have these glasses of the future, that they're watching the 2024, and they put in all high bets on bull market starts summer or sometime near the Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I'm starting to believe in it. Maybe this is how it works. This is
Yeah.
how bull markets is starting. But yeah, I really hope that it will start. It would be nice. But the world seems to be really, you know, really hard for the recent years. The COVID, the wars,
Hmm.
the natural disasters.
Yeah.
Earthquake in Turkey, and all this stuff is happening. So yeah, I can't imagine what could be next. Everyone was joking about the alien invasion, after the COVID, and maybe it
Yeah.
will happen. Because the world is crazy for the last few years.
Yeah.
But maybe this is a time for crypto to shine. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, so my question to you is, are your bags packed?
Well, my bags are going to Cryfi now. So yeah, I'm really sad that I'm missing this bearish opportunity to buy in. You know, but yeah, of course, I have a few more bags left, and yeah, it would be of course nice to see them growing
Yeah.
in the coming year. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm more going to decide that it will be a bull run sometime next year, neither than it wouldn't.
Some would argue that the bull run started in Q1 this year. Because if you look at Bitcoin, I mean, it's already up over 100%. And yeah, so that's some people would argue, what are you talking about? We've been in a bull run all year, injective
Well,
is up
yeah,
like 15x.
yeah. To be honest, yeah. If you look at the chart, yes, it seems really really positive. There is no so much hype, and people are still. I think they are not ready for the bull market. Meaning there are so many stuff, in the world happening. So you can't realize that okay, that's the bull market. We are green.
Yeah.
So yeah, or maybe this is all only a fake one, to just insist on everyone buying in.
Yeah, it could be, could be. So, Yura, I appreciate you coming on. Where can people find you and your company on the internet?
Yeah, so it's Cryfi.app. Yeah, please welcome. There we have all the social media links, and of course info about the project. Yeah, we're really active on Telegram chat, so yeah, come on in and drop your questions there. Would be happy to chat.
Awesome, awesome. I appreciate you coming on to the Mooncast, and peace.